What's cracking, y'all? Josh here with the Alpha and Omega Survival School. And I know it's been a while, but here I am, back and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Today we're going to take a look at the Coleman Watertight match containers. Stick around. Alright guys, so like I said, today we're going to look at the Coleman Watertight match holders or containers. And I have a few of these. I have 5 to be exact. And I just had these, they're perfect for what they do. But I wanted to test them today. Waterproof test them to be specific. Now, as I said, they're perfect for what they do. Hold matches. Whoa. Threw a curveball at you there. But today we're going to find out, are they really waterproof? And I can go ahead and let you know a few things. One, they come with 25 matches. Here's the packaging. I had one of these laying around for whatever reason. 25 matches, and it comes with a striker paper. And when I saw striking paper on the package, I was like, it comes with a free roll of toilet paper? Holy crap. But to my utter disappointment, it's just something to strike the matches on. Anyway, alright, so 25 striker paper included. That's that. These are $1. That's what they cost. $1. On the bottom, they're supposed to have a small flint striker. You know, you just scrape and get sparks. Now these three, these three have one, and they're actually glued in. I'm not going to say good, but I'm going to say they're okay. However, these two, when I got them, took them out, all I did was basically touch it, and the little flints fell out. But I'll probably end up fashioning these on something else, and just try and use them, because it would just seem a waste to throw them, but we'll see. Anyways, they're supposed to be on the bottom. They came out. They were actually not fully attached. I just kind of pushed them to push it in, and it just popped off. So that's that. So we're going to test these. We're going to put them in water. I have my water here. Shazam, right there. And we're going to put them in there for 30 minutes. I'm not going to make y'all watch 30 minutes. I'm just going to, for you it'll be like a half a second, and then it'll all of a sudden be 30 minutes later, like magic. But I'm going to sit over here and wait for 30 minutes. Doesn't that sound like fun? Alright, I'm going to just put them in here. I'm going to leave the matches in. That way, at the end, we can see if the matches are wet or not. Alright. Make sure these are on tight, because what's supposed to happen is this rubber piece is supposed to compress and keep it watertight. So we're just going to drop them in, and I'll probably spin them, you know, halfway through, so each thing will get immersed. And I really do hope these are actually waterproof, and you'll see why in a little while once we do this. I'm trying to keep this video short. I'm really hungry. I have not eaten yet today. Alright, so I'm just going to give each of them a little dunk. Good news is I don't see any bubbles. Alright. Dry my hands off. Alright guys, we'll be back in 30 and give these a look and see how they fared. We'll be back. Alright guys, it's been 30 minutes, and it was just enough time for me to get something to eat and watch a little TV. And we're going to take a look at these now and we're gonna see how waterproof they are. So let's pan down here. Alright, we're gonna give them one last little dunk for good measure. Still not seeing any bubbles. Okay, got my towel here. We're going to dry them off, and on the mouse pad there. Alright, so if they are dry, they're going on this side, and if they are wet, they're going on this side. Okay? Alright, let's pull this one out here. Dry it off. So 30 minutes exposure to water. We can equivalent that to a big rainstorm, and they get wet for, you know, half an hour or maybe a little bit less if it's a really heavy rainstorm. And then of course the submersion, they dropped in a puddle, or your bag or something gets dropped in a creek, what have you. So alright, let's look at this. Okay, so there's water in this one. So this one will go over here, and I'll tell you in a little bit why I'm not putting the matches back in, and I'm going to leave this open actually. Okay, so there's one on the wet side. Keep the matches out of the way. The matches are not wet though, really. There's just a couple drops of water inside. I think you'd be safe to be able to use them after that. Alright, let's go with this one here. This one passes the test. This one did not have water. Put that on the dry side. Alright, number 3. Some drops on the screw, on the threads. I keep saying screws. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh yeah, this one's got a fair amount of... Okay. Matches are slightly damp here. There was a fair amount of water in here. Not a bunch. And like I said, I think the matches will probably light. But we're looking for watertight. That's what it says on the package right there. Watertight. Now I don't know if you guys, is there a difference between waterproof and watertight? Because to me, watertight means water's not going to get in there. It's waterproof. I know the difference between water resistant and waterproof, but this says watertight, which means water will be kept out. So far we have not seen that. Alright, number 4. Do not see any water on the threads here. Seems like that's been the telltale sign. If there's water on the threads, it's going to get in. It's gotten in. So, okay. Let's take a look here. There's none on the striker. Let's do a little tap. And this one, oh, there's a little bit of water below the rubber piece. Okay. I'm going to give this one a pass. There was no water inside the container itself. It's also possible I didn't screw it down tight enough on a couple of these. I thought I did, but we're going to go with the results that we've got. So we've got 2 on the dry side, 2 on the wet side with 50-50. Let's see. This is the first one I ever obtained. Now it's slightly different color than the rest. And I don't know if they just changed plastics or whatever. It would be a shame if they went to a cheaper material if this one turns out that it worked one of the best, but we'll see. Alright, last but not least, number 5. Okay, this one also had cotton in it. That would be a definite telltale. Do not see water in the threads. The cotton is bone dry. Bone dry. Oh yes. Alright. Get the matches out of here. Okay. No water. This one passes the test. Alright. So we got 3 that passed, 2 that did not. Now, alright, let's lift her up. Alright, so let me get rid of this water real quick before I spill it and make a huge mess and then I'm ticked off. Alright, go ahead and get rid of this deal. Okay, so my plans for these orange plastic holders. If you watched my videos, go back and watch the flashlight videos that I have. It's under the playlist flashlights. You can find that. You're all grown-ups, at least you're all capable of doing that. So in these flashlights, we have 18650 batteries, and it just so happens that they are the perfect size to hold these batteries. Okay. And no, I'm not sacrificing a fire opportunity, you know, for my bug out bag. I've got a lot of different opportunities to make fire in my bug out bag. I've got several different small fire tins and a fire piston, and I've got lighters and a couple lighters, and so I have those bases covered when it comes to my bug out bag. But I realized these were the perfect size, and being that they, at least 3 out of 5 are waterproof, and even these would keep enough water off that they would be usable still. Okay. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 18650s. 5 of them are in my bug out bag, and I do not keep them inside the flashlight because it's more long term. Do not want them to somehow get messed up and then screw up the internal workings of my flashlights. Okay, so now there's a couple I keep around, like this one. If you go back and watch, this is one of the counterfeit ones. So I just keep this around my place just for using. And then I have my laser as well that takes 18650. And I keep that one around my place. So there's 2 batteries in those, but I have 5 regular batteries. Actually 3 of these even. Actually 5 of them. 3. And the ones that are in here are actually counterfeit because Ultrafire, if you go back and watch, I'll just go ahead and explain real quickly. Ultrafire doesn't make batteries as powerful as these are listed to be. The only one that's listed to be of the correct milliamp hour is this one, and there's no markings on it, so this may be correct and may not be correct. I have no idea or any way of finding out without cutting the battery open, and I'm not going to do that because it works good. So the 2 real ones that I have are Panasonics. These are legit. If you go on eBay and you find the real ones, these are $10 a piece. Panasonics are $10 a piece. These are $2 a piece, and when you hold them, there is definitely a weight difference, and you can tell. You're like, alright, something's up. Real, not real. Same size, but the price, you know, you may not want to spend the money, but man, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So, alright, so we're going to put the batteries. Bang. And we're going to crump her down. Okay. Basically what I do is I use the cheap ones if I'm not doing anything really important, like if I'm just using a flashlight for a basic need. I use the cheap batteries. I keep the nice ones charged and on me, of course. I don't just leave them because it's important to have good products. But the good ones, like for when I go hunting, camping, out in the woods, I take those and I use those because in an emergency, those are the ones you want to have, not the cheap ones. Okay. Now in my bug out bag, I have 3 flashlights. So I've got, 3 that actually go in a light and 2 extra. So, and the lights I keep are, I have one, the Ultra Fire. I have another one that's similar to this one. It's one model earlier. And then I have this XML T6 torch. And you can find all the videos on these over in the flashlight torch playlist. If you'll go back and check those out, I would much appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think on those. That was from the old channel called True Gear Reviews. If you hear that and you get confused, it's the same channel. It's different now, revamped. So, all right, let's take a look at these matches. I'm going to open up one of these striker papers. All right. Oh, well, that's good. Good thing we're just testing. Okay, there it is, striker paper. Alright, let's see how they do. Hallelujah. They light up right away. I'm going to do one match from each container. I have them separated over here. Oh, cheap. Wow. Oh, they stink. Okay then. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't want to put these in my bug out bag. These are cheap. There we go. And the fire alarm going off. Nah, not really. Ha. Okay. Whew, man, they stink. Nice. Whew, that's nasty. So, point being here, guys, that these are fine. They didn't get. They're cheap. Look at that. It broke. Gosh. Whew. I'll tell you what. You got stuck in emergency with these things, you might be SOL. Sort of out of luck. They don't burn very long either. Ha! Because I'm blowing them out. Okay. That's all I got, guys. Now my apartment stinks. So yeah. It's up to you to determine what you think of these. So 3 of them were completely kept water out. 2 of them did not. But the match is still light. The matches weren't wet. They just had a little bit of dampness on some of them. That's not horrible, in an emergency. Now, the cheapness of these matches, I would just stay away from these. The Coleman camp matches, which are waterproof, they come in the boxes. Those are actually okay. Now these, that's actually the first time I've struck these, and like I said, if it was your worst case scenario and you had these, that'd be fine. I mean, if this was all you had, you could do the job with it, but they're just not reliable. I mean, out of the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches that I struck, 4 of them broke. or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of them broke out of 10. That's not good. You're supposed to just strike them. You're not supposed to have them break. But point being, they're cheap. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. I'm sorry it's been forever. I'm going to try and get back on the videos. And it's been tough in my last semester of school. I'm trying to go out with a bang. Or at least not go out with a fizzle. So I'm going to be coming at you with some stuff. Just keep an eye on the channel. Just check out the Bible verse in the description box below as usual. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.